Hi, thanks for joining. Today we're going to do a full body yoga flow. I always like to have 2 to 4 blocks with me for practice whenever I do a yoga series for myself, and 2 blankets. You can grab those and we'll start standing. So you're going to be standing on your 2 feet. You can close your eyes and rest your hands down by your sides. You're going to take the pubis at the front, bottom of the pelvis and lift it up. And take your tailbone at the back of the pelvis and glide it down. And then from there, imagine that your femurs can grow down out of the pelvis as your spine lifts up out of the pelvis. And you'll inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, just drop your right arm down and side bend to the right. Doesn't have to be anything super big. You can start small. You'll inhale the right arm up next to the left arm. Probably your shoulders a little up your back. Maybe you can lift your gaze. And on your exhale, the left arm releases down and you side bend to the left. We'll just take that a couple more times each side. Inhale the left arm up. And as you exhale, you'll side bend to the right. You want to take your heart and lift it up off of your diaphragm. Give a little twist underneath your top arm, so turning to the left. And let your ear pour towards the floor. So the side bend is through the entire arc of the spine, going out the crown of the head. And then you'll inhale, right arm up. Exhale, the left arm down. And you're going to find that nice side bend from the tail going down. Pubis, the front of the spine going up. You're lifting the heart, tiny twist of the heart to the right underneath that top arm, and then complete the side bend up through the neck and the roof of the mouth and the crown of the head. Let's do one more time each side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, side bending to the right. Feeling the left pelvic half root down through the leg into the ground. Inhale, right arm up, and last time you'll exhale over to the left. Feeling your right pelvic half ground into your leg, the right leg growing longer down through the ground. And then you'll inhale both arms up. And you can release your hands down by your sides, and we'll just take a roll down, nod your chin to your chest, and feel each vertebra lift up before it goes up and over the top. So you're making this candy cane shape with your spine. You're really going up with the spine before you roll down. If there's any tight spots along the way, you can pause and take a few breaths. I always feel like I need a little bit more time at the upper thoracic spine behind the heart, but pay attention to where you need it the most. And you're not pushing through pain, so if this gets uncomfortable, like sharp pain or burning pain, you can bend your knees or you can stop. If not, you're going to keep going, anchoring the back of the pelvis, the sacrum, the tailbone down. Letting the arms dangle. Moving nice and slowly in this first articulation. It's a pretty deep articulation of the spine. If it's early in the morning for you, this is going to be much tighter than if you've already been out walking around or moving throughout your day. And then once you get to the bottom of wherever that is, knees can be bent or legs can be straight. Hold opposite elbows. Release your head down away from your skull, away from your spine rather. And then you're going to bend both of your knees if they're not already bent, and then just straighten one of your legs. Let's straighten our right leg first. Shift your weight over your right foot. Let your left pelvic half drop towards the ground. Take your left greater trochanter, that left outer hip bone, back. You can give a little tug on your right elbow to lengthen your right rib cage out of the pelvis. And then you'll bend both knees. Inhale, exhale to switch sides, bending your right knee,
lengthening your left knee. Notice, did you swing your pelvis way over to the right? You want to keep your left pelvic half directly over your left heel, over the front of the left ankle. Maybe you can bend your right knee a little bit more deeply so your pelvis is twisting to the left. Give a little tug on your left elbow. And then you'll bend your knees, switch the crossing of your arms if you have it, so you'll hold opposite elbows. And one more time, you'll lengthen your right leg, feeling the weight even between the ball and the heel of your feet. Sending your inhale wide across your back body, letting the head hang, giving a little tug on the elbows. Last time, bend the knees, inhale, and then exhale, switch sides. Right knee stays bent, left leg straightens. You're feeling that left femur glide up into your left glute, your left buttock. And then you'll bend both knees, release your arms, start to anchor your sacrum down, and you'll roll slowly up to stand. Sweep the arms wide out and up to the ceiling. Nice big inhale, lift the heart, lift the sternum, lift the gaze. Lift all the way from the bottom of the pelvis up, so pubic bone up through the front of the spine, and hands down by your sides. And then you can bring your blocks with you, step your feet wide apart, and you're going to have your feet parallel, so check that they're truly parallel. I'm going to put my blocks down right in the middle of the mat in front of me, and I'm pressing my feet wide apart. I'm going to lift my arms up, take an inhale, and on your exhale, swan dive, forward fold. You can put your hands on your blocks or the ground, but you're reaching your arms way out in front of you. You'll bend your knees, roll up to stand, tail anchors you down. Inhale, the arms reach up. And on your exhale, arms open wide, reach your sternum forward and your pubic bone back through your legs as you forward fold. And release your head down. Let's do that a couple more times. Bend the knees, let your head hang. You'll roll up through the spine. Inhaling, you're still pressing your feet wide apart from one another. Exhale, forward fold. You'll bend the knees, inhale to roll up. Sweeping the arms all the way up, lifting your gaze, and exhale to fold. And then lift your spine to parallel the ground. I like to have blocks underneath my hands for this one. And you're gonna walk your blocks over to your left side. Now imagine that your pelvis is up against the wall and you're pressing both sitting bones back into the wall, especially your right one. So your right outer thigh is rolling back, your right inner thigh is rolling back. You're still pressing your feet wide apart from one another. Let your head release down. Your left arm can be bent, but your right arm needs to be nice and straight. If it's not able to straighten, you can take your arm a little more back towards the center so you're not in such a deep side bend. And then imagine that you can breathe in through your right armpit. You're going to inhale directly through your armpit into your right lung. And feel your right ribs expand into the side body, your right waist expand. Take another breath like that. And then you'll walk your hands back through center. Pause for a moment right in the middle for the difference between the two sides of your body. And then you'll take your hands over to the right. We'll stretch your left side body. You're moving your left outer hip back. Your left sitting bone is drilling back into a wall. You're still pressing the feet wide. Letting your head release down. Left arm nice and long. You want to spiral your left tricep down towards the ground. Keep your jaw relaxed.
You can even close your eyes to release the eyeballs. And now you have your imaginary nostrils in your left armpit. You're intaking air directly through your armpit into your left lung. Pressing the feet wide. Take 2 more breaths here. And you'll walk your feet back to center. Come up onto your fingertips. Lengthen your heart forward, your pubic bone back. Heel toe your feet in a little bit closer together. Actually, let's have them about hip socket distance apart, and you're gonna bend your knees and fly your arms back behind you. It's almost like you're a diver here. And you wanna have your spine really long, so you're not rounding the back, but you're taking your tail back, your pubic bone back, your sitting bones back, your sternum, your heart forward. You're trying to, with your palms facing up, you're trying to rotate your thumbs higher, but keep your humeral heads lifting. And you're taking your arms as high up behind you as you can go, like you're about to dive into a pool. And then reach your arms farther back behind you. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, hands down by your sides. All right, let's step your feet wide again. And you're going to turn your left toes slightly in, like maybe 70 degrees, 60 degrees. Right toes turn straight forward at 90, and you're gonna bend into a warrior 2. And you're pressing your back foot, your left heel down. You're trying to bend your front knee at 90 degrees. And notice, are you leaning forward? You want your spine to be vertical, evenly reaching back through your left arm, pressing back through your left leg, gaze forward over your front fingertips. And then you'll straighten your front leg, turn your toes in, lift the arms up, lift the heart, and then you'll switch sides, angling your right heel slightly back and your left toes straight forward at 90 degrees. And the tendency here is to lean forward, so let's reach farther back through our right arms. Bend your front knee at 90 degrees. You have to have a pretty long stance for that. Pressing back with your right outer heel down. Gliding your inner left knee forward. Lengthen your legs, lift the arms. Inhale, turn the toes in. And exhale to switch. Pressing your back heel back and down. Reaching back with your back arm. Gaze is forward over your front fingertips. Inhale, reach up, and exhale to switch. About 3 breaths here. Noticing you might be starting to amp up your heart rate, your body heat. Go lower and lower into the pose every time. Arms up, feet turn in. Inhale. Last time to the right. This time you're gonna lean back, reach your right arm up and over your ear, so you're getting a nice side body stretch on the right side. You've got that warm honey pouring out of your left ear. Deep bend in your right knee. Lengthen your right leg, turn the toes in, and we'll switch sides. Reaching back through your right arm. 90-degree bend in the front knee. It's lower than I think it is. I always think I'm at 90 and then I check and I'm not even close. You'll lean back, stretching your left side body, gazing up or down, but either way you're completing the side bend through the crown of the head. Inhale, bend your left knee a little more deeply as you exhale. And then lengthen your legs. Turn the toes in, and let's heel toe the feet in. So you're in this like squat position, and you're going to wrap your right arm underneath your left arm for eagle arm. So from the side, I'm here. Deep, low squat. And then stretch the arms up. Inhale. You'll bend your knees, swing your left arm underneath your right arm, and we'll do the other side. Try to take your elbows up as your shoulders go down. Deep 90-degree bend. Squat low. Let's do that one more time each side. Inhale, arms go up.
Exhale, right arm under, squat low. Lifting the elbows, dropping the shoulders down. And inhale, the arms up. Exhale, left arm under and squat low. We're gonna stay here. Lift one heel and lower down. Other heel and lower. Keep your pelvis at the same level the whole time. We're gonna do 2 more times each side. My legs are starting to shake already. Keeping every metatarsal head on the ground as the heel goes up. Sit lower, stretch the arms up, lengthen the legs. Take an inhale. And parallel the feet, forward fold. Release your head down. Give your head a little shake. And a nod. And you'll bend your knees. And again, roll up. All right, we're gonna do that 1 more time each side. We're gonna add on a layer of difficulty here. You'll reach the arms out, swing your right arm underneath for the eagle wrap, Garudasana arms, sit low, lift both heels, testing our balance, and tap the heels down, sit lower, elbows higher, shoulders down. Inhale, heels up, heels tap down, sit lower. Inhaling, heels up, and sit lower. Here's 5, and 4, and 3, last 2, and 1. Heel stamp down, sit low, stretch the arms up, lengthen your legs, and forward fold. Shake your head no, and nod your head yes. I'm just going to turn to your right into a low lunge. Tap your back knee down. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your spine. And in this position, you're really trying to tuck your right sitting bone towards your right heel. So you get a nice stretch in the front of your left thigh. You can keep your hands down if it helps you to lift your ribs. You can lift your arms up. My shoulders are getting a little tired from having my arms up in the warrior twos and then the squats. And then you'll bring your hands down. Let's turn and face forward. And then you'll switch over to the other side. You can parallel your feet, lengthen your heart forward as you transition through center. And then you'll turn into the low lunge on the other side. Lower the knee. Blankets might come in handy here if you have a sensitive knee on one side or the other. And then on this side, with your left foot forward, you're scooping that left sitting bone underneath you. So you get a nice stretch in the front of this right thigh. Firmly pressing down through your left foot. Feeling your head float up. Take a couple more breaths here. Your left greater toe canter is dropping down. You're widening this gluteal fold underneath the right glute, out to the right. And then you'll bring your hands down, lift your pelvis slightly, turn forward, you're bending your left knee. You're trying to keep this heel down, maybe flex the right ankle, and then we'll do 1 more time each side, transition through center, feet parallel, nice long spine, and then turn and lunge on the other side. And then you can come up on this side. You may choose to take the quad stretch. So we're already doing a stretch for the quad. Here, this might be enough for you. If not, if you need a little bit more, you're gonna reach back and grab a hold of your foot, but not at the expense of your low back. So if that forces you to overextend your lumbar spine, you're not gonna do it. You keep scooping your right sitting bone underneath you towards your right heel. Your right shin is growing down into the ground. Your right foot is spread wide. And you're gonna let go of the foot. Squeeze the foot towards your seat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep lifting up the pubic bone, scooping your right sitting bone underneath you. And then you can slowly lower that foot down, hands down. Lift your pelvis as you turn
into this forward facing half squat, half lunge, shifting through center, parallel your feet, long spine, nice big inhale. And then we'll low lunge on the other side. Lowering your back knee down, lifting your spine, left sitting bone scoops to left heel. Again, maybe this is enough. Maybe you grab for your right ankle. Growing your tailbone down, scooping the left sitting bone underneath you. Try not to let your front ribs pop open too much. You want to keep the psoas, the front sides of your spine, deep into the back of your body. You're growing your spine taller as your left shin roots down. Your left greater trochanter is dripping down to the ground. And now try to keep your foot attached to your right sitting bone. You're gonna squeeze the heel towards your glute for 10, 9, keep it up. Notice I'm like losing my lumbar spine here. Gotta lift my pubic bone up, anchoring my tail down, scooping the left sitting bone forward, squeezing the heel for 3, 2, 1, slowly lowering the foot, hands down, lifting your pelvis just slightly, facing forward, squatting through the left knee, reaching out through the right heel, and then you'll face forward and fold between your legs. Nice deep breath in and out. And then you can lengthen your spine. Hands on your blocks if you need some extra lift. Bring your feet in underneath you. Hip socket distance apart. Bend your knees. And again, you're gonna fly your arms back behind you as high up as they can go. Thumbs are trying to turn higher. So this is palms down to the ground. We're flipping the palms to face up, and then we're internally rotating thumbs to go higher, but you're keeping your shoulder heads lifted away from the ground. We're working the lats here. So a little bit lower, lean your pelvis back. Keep your weight even in the fronts and backs of your feet. Hands higher for 5, 4, 3, grow, tail back, crown forward. Last 2, 1, you push your feet down, you reach your arms even farther back, circle them out and up. Inhale, arms up, and hands down by your sides. Let your shoulders release, and then let's do a little bit of balance work to finish up. So we'll take a tree pose, and we'll start by lifting your right leg up. So grab a hold of your ankle and get that heel as high up at your inner thigh as you can go. Holding onto your ankle. Maybe you need to balance against a wall. Otherwise, you can pray your hands, you can lift your arms up. My shoulders are tired today. What did I do yesterday? Oh, I had a Pilates session yesterday. That makes sense. Now in this position, I'm trying to turn my toes backwards and my heel forward. So I'm getting some rotation in the shin. And then I'm also draping the right greater trochanter, that outer hip bone down, stamping heel to the left inner thigh and left thigh into the heel. So that connection at the midline, I can already feel I've got like 2 inches more of height just from doing that. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. You want to try to keep your pelvis level and square. So notice, are you dropping one pelvic half down, level, square to the, or level to the floor, and then square to the direction that you're standing. So usually in this position, most people have to bring their right aces forward. Your right knee could come a little bit forward to accommodate that. Stretch your arms up, lift your gaze, step your foot down, feel your pelvis root down through your leg, and hands down. And then we'll do the other side. I'm trying to turn my left toes slightly backward. You can put your hands on your hips to help you level. Pubic bone drawing up, heel pressing into thigh, thigh pressing into heel. And I'm really growing my right leg longer out of my pelvis, down through the ground. Prayer the hands, reach them out to the sides, up to the ceiling. Try to look at something that's not moving. If you're looking at me, I'm moving and making all kinds of adjustments, and it'll throw off your balance. Keep your cheekbones level. Unless you want to do a little bit of a back bend in this position, but if you're going to back bend, it's got to come from the bottom of the spine. So you're not sacrificing and hyperextending in your lumbar. You're anchoring the tail, you're lifting the pubic bone up to back bend. Shoulder blades are down the back, eyes are soft. We'll be here for about a couple more seconds. And then you can turn your left knee forward, step your foot down, lift your gaze, and hands down by your sides. All right, let's lie down on our bellies and do a little bit of work for our back body. I know I said we were going to finish up after that balance, but I forgot that we hadn't done any back bending yet. So these back bends really help support the postural muscles at the back of the body. We're just going to do some gentle back bends here. Hands next to your chest for cobra. Grow your legs long, press the pubis down, and then lift. Only as high as you can keep your low abdominal organs lifting into the spine, shoulders going down the back, pubic bone pressing. Shoulders roll wide and back and down. You might straighten your arms, it's not necessary. We definitely want the shoulders down though, pubic bone down. And then grow longer as you lower all the way down. You can turn your head to one side and rest. And head to the other side. And head to center. We'll do that one more time. Press the pubic bone, keep that gluteal fold smiling wide. So you're not puckering and squeezing the glutes closed. Opening wide for the sitting bones. Inhale, and on your exhale, lift your navel in. Keep it in as you back bend. My legs are growing back. My pubic bone is pressing down. The humeral heads, the shoulders are going back, scapula going down. Sternum is dragging forward. Palms flat on the mat. Get those pointer finger knuckles to root down. And then lower all the way down. You can make a pillow by stacking your hands under your forehead. And you can bend your knees and sway your feet side to side. If that doesn't feel great on your lower back, keep your legs straight. Turn your toes in to touch one another and let your heels flop open. Take a couple deep breaths here, billowing your back body open with your inhale. And then you'll lengthen your legs, roll over onto your back, and you'll rest on your back with your left leg long or left foot standing, and you'll hug your right knee into your chest. Shoulders releasing down. Relax your face. And you'll release your right leg down, hug your left knee into your chest. You can lengthen your right leg or keep the foot standing. Jaw, face relaxed. Body releasing down into the ground. And step your foot down. And then we'll rest for just a few breaths, either knees bent, feet standing with your knees touching, feet wide apart. Or if you have blocks handy, you can have soles of the feet together, knees apart. We don't want to let our knees flop open here without support. It's too much strain on the ligaments at the fronts of the hip sockets. Or you can simply lie flat with your legs straight and your hands down by your sides. Feel the beat of your heart. Sense the blood coursing through your body. Your forehead is wide open. head is dropping down into the ground. Feel the rise and fall of your belly with your breath. And then you'll place your feet standing, bending your knees or bringing your knees together or apart, and roll over to your side. And you can come up to sit in Virasana on one of your blocks, or cross-legged, however feels comfortable to you. Pray your hands, connect your prayer to your sternum, and bow your head to your prayer. Place your hands down, lift your head, and open your eyes. Thanks for joining today. See you soon. Bye.